Thank you all so much for being here tonight. You're in for a real treat. Normally, I don't like to begin a concert speaking like this, but we find ourselves in an exceptional circumstance. The first piece on the program is you've got a wonderful program note written by the editor himself. So this piece is kind of lost to time. It exists in a very old edition that is really not playable anymore. It has all these like errors in the parts and stuff. And so Ty Otto, who graduated last year, an alum from the college, when you work on something like this, you're spending countless hours, like 50 to 100 hours, maybe 200 hours, taking an error-ridden score and putting it into music engraving software to make parts that modern players and bands can play from. And Ty was so moved by this music that you're about to hear that he spent all of that time. Ty, of course, as an alum, graduated last spring and is now teaching in the area. So I can't really think of a better way to kick off a concert with music that is hardly ever heard. You're among the very few in the world that actually know that this music exists. I think you'll really enjoy it. And of course, what better way to kick off a concert than by inviting one of our recent graduates, future, moving forward music educators in the business. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the podium Ty Otto. How about another round of applause for Ty and the Monmouth College Journal? I promise we're going to get to more music. It's the end of the year concert, so we always dedicate a piece to those who are commencing in just a couple weeks, those who are graduating. And we sort of have a tradition of, we talk about it a little bit at the end of the year concert. We've got some slides prepared, but additionally they submit memories of like favorite pieces, favorite memories of wind ensemble and their time in music here. And there's a tradition that started the first year where before the concert I didn't have enough time to read what they had written, and so I read it live at the concert. And so that's what I'm carrying on that tradition. That's what I'm doing today. So this piece of paper, which contains their submitted memories, I have not read yet, and we'll find out together. So our first senior is Riley Lash. And so you can see her info there. We're very excited for her to go off and shape the lives of young music students. Very, very excited. Her favorite piece that she played, Until the Scars by John Mackey, was a very, very popular one and very bombastic, excellent. And then one of her favorite memories was watching the Gallup video, which was a video that was sort of ramshackled together. It's on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, you should totally check it out. Monmouth College Gallup. It's really, really nice. So yeah, thank you so much, Riley. Next up, oh, we can applaud again. Next up, we have Tasha, who is not on stage with us tonight, but graduated in December. So we found that it was, of course, the right thing to do to recognize them in our concert. So you can see Tasha's info up there, not too far from us. We'll forgive the Knox College for gainful employment. And so favorite piece was the finale of the Firebird Suite that we did last year. It was described as pure bliss, like I was speaking to God through each note, which is really nice to hear. And then favorite memory, being persuaded to join by my best friend Garrett. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have created such beautiful music and memories through the years. I loved playing a million different cymbals for that one Mackey piece on Classics Day, and always had the support from my best friend. So big shout out to Garrett for convincing me to come to rehearsals and always making me laugh when I turn around to the percussion section. But most importantly, I really loved that the entire ensemble welcomed me with open arms. Thanks for letting the cheerleader conduct during pep band. It opened so many doors that I thought had been shut forever. And that's from Tasha. And next up, we have TJ. Grad school research for psychology, very, very good. You'll see grad school come up for quite a few of our grads. TJ's favorite piece was Incantation and Celebration by Arturo Martinez, which is a piece that we had commissioned for us by local Monmouth Roseville band director Arturo Martinez, and we premiered that just earlier this year. And that music really spoke to TJ, and I think he has plans to use it for some scoring and some future projects, which is very exciting. And then his favorite memory was when I was the only trombone who read Tally Ho correctly on our first run and didn't skip a repeat. And next we have Spencer. There's another grad school master's situation. Material science, that sounds incredibly smart. One of Spencer's favorite pieces that we performed was Illumination, also by David Maslenka, who you'll hear on the program later. Illumination is a piece, the first concert we did here, we did Illumination, and now pretty much every commencement we perform it. So if you haven't heard it, this commencement, you have the chance. And then his favorite memory was the May concert of 2024, which is just 1 year ago. Also had a Meslenka piece. We're selling CDs of it in the lobby. We sort of call it the Dresden concert. It was all about some very difficult, deep, dark, kind of aftershock, aftermath, even this far into the future of like World War II. It's incredibly moving, and CDs are also available for purchase. It's a really special memory. You should give it up for Spencer one more time. And next up, we have Will Plumley. What a picture. His favorite piece was Heart Songs Movement 1, which is also a piece by David Meslenka. I'm sensing a theme. And his favorite memory was performing Give Us This Day, specifically measure 260 to the end for the first time. And that is, again, a piece by David Meslenka that was very powerful and moving. And Will and I have had some wonderful conversations about this Heart Songs piece by Meslenka that's been truly special. He's not going too far for grad school, so he'll be around, off to bigger and better things, so give it up for Will. Next up is Camille. And so you can see also going off to grad school, which is very, very exciting. Favorite pieces, the first performance we did of Illumination, or Innsmouth, which is a piece we're thinking about bringing back next year, or Give Us This Day, or Gallup. I'm sensing some themes and patterns here. Or Caravana After Party, or any of them is how that ends. And then favorite memory was either performing 2+1 with Kent at the chamber concert we had in November, or the feeling after we finished Illumination and got a standing ovation, where we truly felt the musical line above all. So give it up for Camille. You're going to hear a little more about her later. Next up, Garrett! If you haven't been to a show with Garrett's band, you should totally check them out. They've got some recordings on YouTube and such, but also you should find them and give them a listen. It'll be incredible. Garrett's favorite piece was also Give Us This Day, and favorite memory was finishing Give Us This Day and leaving the crowd in shock that our band could make as much noise as we did. There's something to be said about some of this Meslenka work is truly transformative in just the sound output to literally vibrate your whole being. So yeah, Garrett, I think it takes a lot to be moved in that capacity when you also rock it on the drums nonstop. So give it up for Garrett. And we have Jimmy in the studio. That might be one of my most favorite things I've ever read, The Future Plans. I hope that's something that all students that graduate, especially those in the ensemble, but even you as audience members, take into your life and participate in art and music in whatever capacity you can find. And I'm so thankful that you're here tonight. Jimmy said favorite piece, Illumination, David Meslenka, and then favorite memory, breaking two different things during performances of John Mackey songs. The first being several woodblocks during Foundry, and the second being a timpani mallet during Until the Scars, being another one of their also favorite songs. So, a lot of destruction, but positive destruction at the hands of Jimmy. Let's hear it for Jimmy. And as I said, the next piece we do in honor and memory of sending them forth, so I hope you will enjoy. There's a wonderful program note written by one of the composers in your program, and so yeah, here is Does It Stretch Out Its Roots by Danielle Fisher and Tyler Austin. welcome to the stage the Wind Exec President, Ethan Glidden.
Could we get one more round of applause for the seniors? This is the concert every year I get the most emotional at. I can't imagine what this place is going to be without some of these people, and I wish them nothing but the best. But the show must go on, and for our next piece, it's talking about tradition. Another tradition the Wind Ensemble has is every year we vote on and play a piece by Studio Ghibli. Like last year at the Grease Tour, they did My Neighbor Totoro. We did Spirited Away a few years ago. And this year, we're doing Porco Rosso. It's a bit more of a lesser-known Ghibli film, but it deals with some pretty strong topics of self-identity. Our main character, Porco Rosso, is a veteran of World War I, an ace fighter pilot, and the entire movie kind of has a central theme of him not really being able to cope with having survived the war while his friends didn't. He sees himself as nothing but a pig in the aftermath. It's set in between the two, in the middle of the Adriatic Sea, sometimes in Italy, but it's a really beautiful movie from start to end, even if it has a few weird themes in it. Some people haven't been giving me a break about that, isn't that right, TJ? I really like this movie, and I think the music is absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to play it for you. Thank you.
Following this piece, we'll have a brief intermission before we conclude the concert. So just FYI, you'll have like 5 to 8-ish minutes in between. Here we go. Welcome to the second half. The next piece, beautiful, is David Meslinka's Concerto for Marimba and Band. there's a very long program note. I hope, if you've had a chance to read it, I hope you're able to. If you haven't, I encourage you to do so. A concerto is a piece where we will champion and celebrate one soloist in front of the ensemble. We're sort of the forces that be behind interweaving in everything that they do. And so this next piece is a piece for the marimba, and is a piece that David Meslinka wrote for quite often, but in a very different way. And that's really what I wanted to tell you is, I hope you read the program note. If not, it's totally fine. I just need you to know a few things before we begin. David Meslinka is the center of a lot of my research, and his music just has a way of finding people, finding them wherever they're at and being what they need. He spent about 20 years in New York, which changed him for the worse. He was in very bad shape at the end of his time there, and he turned to his family and it's like, we gotta get out of here. And so he moved to Missoula, Montana. And this music you're about to hear is the beginning of a great and significant change and transformation for him. In Montana, he encountered the wilderness and the earth. I think it's so beautiful that he gifted us with this concerto that is this beautiful instrument, all made out of wood. We're in this chapel that is all of this wood around us, literally a space of the earth. And that would be exactly what David would have wanted with a performance of this piece. It's all about transformation. Instead of a traditional concerto, there's all these like little episodes and vignettes. But here's what you need to know is that about a little over halfway through the piece, the music gets very soft. And then it's just going to pause in silence for a long time. He indicates in the score a long pause. And so it'll probably be a moment you might think the piece is done and it is not. And we sit for a while. And it's at that moment, if you thought that they have a lot of sound behind me now, wait until you hear literally a mountain of sound erupt out of the earth. And that's what comes out of that silence. And it's very powerful. This piece, it does not end. When it does end, you'll know. I'll put my hands down, I promise, you'll know. It ends very soft-spoken. And I think you will really, truly enjoy it. So that's enough about the piece. I just don't think I have enough good things to say about Camille Prentiss. Talking about a gift of music, a gift that as a person is Camille. She's going to go off and do truly incredible things. She's changed so much of this ensemble, any music that I've been around, all of these people on stage, many of you, this whole college community campus. And so I cannot think of another human being to honor and recognize truly with such a gift of music. And she happens to be the soloist for the next piece. So I hope you'll enjoy David Meslinka's concerto for marimba and wind band. We have to tune, and then I'll invite, oh wait, did we tune? Yes. Oh, where is my brain? So we're good. So if you'll please welcome to the stage, Camille Prentiss. Yeah!
Thank you.